5 from the beginning.
What about Verdi then?
Yeah, but still.
What about Verdi?
Verdi, Aida. Verdi is my cat's favorite.
Your cat's favorite?
Yeah, yes, really. He always runs but he can recognize.
And we think like we should open classical music to people. It's already here.
We should open for cats.
For cats,
already are listening. They have favorites.
No one answer.
I'm just here to be pretty.
Let me go back a few years to Stone Age, when messages were passed on somehow through complicated signs on.
Forward, fast forward.
Okay, now we're in Bronze Age, where information was passed on through strange stuff on walls. Whatever. What I want to say is that the urge of telling stories, of passing on information is probably the only thing that kept us surviving all the stuff.
I personally think what makes a story worthy of telling is if it has anything to do with real relationships, real emotions, real reactions to things, because this is something that everyone can relate to. Even no matter which language it is, which country, which traditions you have, if it has something based on reality, it doesn't, I'm not talking about real things. I'm talking, it could be fantasy, it could be anything. It's just if it has something that is everybody can relate to, which I think more or less real emotions, how people react to things. This is when it is worthy of telling and showing to the audience so they can relate to it and they can feel it with you as well. And they can enjoy or have the same feelings and emotions.
But for me as a filmmaker, telling a story is the sort of oldest entertainment we have on earth. And for me, entertainment means telling a story, transporting emotions and getting someone's attention through characters, and especially if it's funny entertainment or just humorous entertainment, good jokes and funny moments, but not in a sleazy way, but in a very intelligent way, so that everyone can get what he thinks is the funniest part for him.
So, of course, yes, we are storytellers, but I think we still manage to keep the message that classical music is fun and the musicians are fun and it's not something to be scared of. And I believe, of course, we are the storytellers, and each single one of us with putting up probably equal amount of ideas, we made a story which I'm hoping people enjoy.
And in interviews, normally what you do is you do not cut normally. But if you do not cut, you cannot tell your story, because you have, most of the time you have a lot of words and a little meaning, because in an interview like now, I'm telling shit all the time, but there's few sentences which is interesting. Yes, it's going to be cut out, probably. But there's always a little bit of interesting parts, and if you take them out of the interview, you have to be very careful, because it might be out of context. In our case, that's exactly what we wanted. But if you're telling a story, it might be difficult. So we had to focus on several other stuff as well. But most important thing was meeting, talking, trying things out. And since there was no pressure from anyone, because we didn't have any money anyways, so we just could do whatever we wanted. That's also why the rap is there and stuff, which we said, let's do it. Why not? It's our project. We have the luxury of having no pressure at all.
That comes purely from our director, Alexei Gudesman, who, first of all, he always wanted to make a movie about classical musicians, and he always wanted classical musicians to be in it, because he is, maybe it's a bit hard to say, but he's allergic about seeing actors who practiced for 6 months and they think they can look like musicians, and it's just, he has a very soft spot for it, he cannot stand it. So he wanted to make a movie with classical musicians and show that they're also able to be in front of camera, because they're on stage all the time. And I can tell that if somebody is passionate about something, they will find a way to express whatever they want to. And I think no matter if you know or not all these details, like learning how to make everything is the front part on the road, but the core of it, I think, is people should be just passionate and know what they're passionate about. This is mainly, I still think, is the message of the movie, and that got this flame in our director to show it to people as well, that give chance to this beautiful music. And we are always hoping that people who see this movie, after seeing this movie, will be interested in seeing concerts of our musicians who are in our movie. He doesn't understand classical music.
No, I just didn't listen to it.
Okay. You're already dancing. He's already dancing outside. In films, I always search for something that I can relate to, and I think everybody else can relate, which is universal, because feelings are universal. And when somebody achieves that in directing or in their acting, I think that is true professionalism.
I'm the classic guy. I'm the cinema purist. I like the classic structure, how movies have always worked and will work until all of us are.
Wait, we need to give you a message now.
Okay.
Our message is
Go home and sleep.
the other way.
Yes. It's here.
Look there.
Oh.
Up. Look up. Up. Yay! Also perfect piggy.
Okay, thank you very, very much.
Thank you very, very much.